Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're doing part 2 of what we studied yesterday, which is analyzing errors for exponent problems. If you are in my class, you guys are quizzing on this next time, and this also needs to be in your notebook. Also, if you are in my class, make sure that you get the assignment that goes with this. If I don't put it up here at the end of this live stream, I'll have it in class. All right, let's get started. We talked about this yesterday. Creepy Baby took a quiz. There's Creepy Baby. And she got some of these wrong. She got a few correct, but most of them are wrong. Your job is to figure out which ones are correct, which ones are wrong, and if they're wrong, you have to redo them. We did 1 through 8 yesterday. So let's do the rest right now. Let me turn this so it's not crooked for you. Okay. This is what Creepy Baby did. I'll write out her work for you. You need to try to find the mistake. So she took this problem, which is 2x cubed. The quantity is cubed, multiplying that times 2x squared. This is her first line of work. And then from here, she multiplies the 2's together to get a 4. And she sees that there are 5 x's in that line. And so that's her answer. Make a decision about whether that's right or wrong. If it's wrong, find the mistake and redo it over here. I'm going to come back and redo these after everybody sees this first. So let's move on to the next one. I'm not telling you whether that one's right or wrong. Okay, I will. That just so you don't stall out. She made a mistake. Find that mistake. Number 10. She's also making a mistake on this one. Let me see if I can get us a little bit closer. Boop, boop, boop. All right, it's a little bit bigger. All right, she's made a mistake on this one as well. And here is her answer. She did it in her head, and she wrote out negative 4x to the 6th, y to the 8th. That is incorrect. Find the mistake and redo it over on the side. You're going to set this up in your notebook. I just have it printed out to make it a little bit easier for me while I'm doing the video. Makes the video go faster, but you guys are going to be putting this in your notebook just like we did yesterday. All right, on number 11, you need to see if she did this correctly or if she made a mistake. Now, when she went in to go do this, she saw the 2 and the 4 right here. She separated that out. And then she saw x cubed over x cubed and saw that's the same thing. So that's just a big 1. So then she thought this was the answer and then put it into lowest terms. Did she do that correctly or did she make a mistake? $12. This is a very similar problem. So what she did is she's looking at the 2 and the 4. She's keeping those separate. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then she had x to the 4 plus 3. So her final answer is 2x to the 7th. Is that correct? Or did she make a mistake? If she made a mistake, you need to find it. Okay, I'm going to switch papers here. We have to go to number 13. And I need to look at Creepy Baby's answers again. All right, now this is what she did. Now, to be honest with you, obviously, you know, Creepy Baby didn't do these, but I was grading quizzes yesterday with some exponent stuff on it. These are the same mistakes everybody's making in my class that are making mistakes. So this is really, really a useful thing for you guys, because when you get your quizzes back, you can see you did the same sorts of things. All right, so for this one, Creepy Baby wrote 4. There's nothing underneath it, so she thought there was just a 1 there. And then she did x to the 4 plus 2. Pretty much kind of what she did on the last one. So she says the answer is 4x to the 6th. Did she do that correctly, or did she make a mistake? Number 14. I'm going through pretty quickly. Most of you are going to be watching on the replay, so go ahead and pause. Okay, number 14. All right, here's what she did when I saw her work. She wrote 2 to the 0, x to the 0 over x to the 4th. And then she wrote 1 times 1, because anything raised to the 0 power is 1, over x to the 4th. And she says the answer is 1 over x to the 4th. Even just for you, pretend this is your work, and before you leave this problem, you're looking at it. Do you find a mistake? Can you find it? There is a mistake in this one. Number 15. Take a look. And here is Creepy Baby's work. She copied m to the 4th power. And then she wrote -2. And then she saw the m to the 0, wrote a 1, and all that's squared. Her next line, she just takes the -2 times 1 and just gets a -2 as an answer, and that's squared. And then she gave me a final answer of -4 m to the 4th. Did she make a mistake? Or is it correct? If it's correct, you just write correct. If not, go back and find the mistake and redo that. All right, and 16 is the last one we're going to have for this review. And here's what Creepy Baby did. She saw the 0 power, which is pretty nifty. Anything to the 0 power gets changed to a 1. So she wrote 3x times 1 over x cubed y squared. Didn't do anything on the bottom, she just copied it. And then she told me what the answer was. She said it was 3x over x cubed. What did she do wrong? Find the mistakes. She actually made a couple mistakes on this one. Find those and redo it. All right, if you're still working on the correcting part of it, pause. I'm going to go back now and show everybody else on the video what the correct answers are supposed to be. Okay, let's go back up to number 1. Excuse me. Gotta drink a coffee. It's early in the morning here. I don't know what time it is when you're watching this. 6:30 in the morning for me. Okay, for this one, she did make a mistake. Let me pull this back up a little so you can see both sides. Okay, she made an error on this one. So I'm just going to write wrong here, and we're going to redo it. All right, so what she didn't do, and her mistake is like right there. She did not bring that 2 cubed. This is the I'm going to get my highlighter so you can see better. Okay, so the mistake happened right here. Mistake happened right here because this cube on the outside has to be put on the 2 as well as on the x. So the correct way to do that one would be 2 cubed, x cubed, And then here, there's nothing. She did that. You have to recopy that. And then you have 2x squared. All right, now you got to do what 2 cubed is. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. And then there's x cubed. And then there's another 2. And then there's an x squared. You don't have to write this all out. I'm just doing it so you can see what I'm thinking. All right, so I actually have, that's 8. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 times another 2. That's 16x to the 5th. So that's what the answer is. That's correct. All right, number 10. She made a mistake on number 10, but it's pretty subtle. It's pretty subtle. When you square a -2, it is going to be -2 times -2. She did all this in her head, so she made a sign mistake. But I'm going to write it out. So that -2 had to be squared. Then this x cubed gets squared, and she did it in her head, and she did it right in her head, by the way. And then y to the 4th also gets squared. -2 times -2 is a +4. And then this is x to the 6th, y to the 8th. This is the correct answer. So it's pretty subtle. If that was a quiz, I would have done half credit on that. It's just a sign mistake. A little more of a sign than a sign mistake if you don't understand that negatives times and negatives are positive. All right, number 11. Well, this is correct. She did it right. So hopefully you saw that right off. Okay, number 12. This is incorrect. She got that one wrong. And I hope you caught this one because this was kind of a basic thing. The mistake is right here, right there. It's 4 minus 3, not 4 plus 3. So she should have gone 2x to 4 minus 3. The correct answer is 2x to the 1, or just 2x. Now for your notes, you have to have all this stuff copied down. But if you're just copying me again and not trying to figure it out, you're not getting ahead at all. You're still going to have trouble with the quiz. So you got to try to figure out, yeah, that's what's going on. I found the mistake, because the trick here is we're trying to get set up so you find your own mistakes. Okay, number 13. This one is correct. No, it's not. No, it's not. She did the same mistake again, didn't she? Okay, so that's supposed to be 4 minus 2. So it's supposed to be 4x to the 4 minus 2. The 4 is right. I mean, if you don't see something there, there's a 1 as a coefficient, and 4 divided by 1 is 4. But this turns out to be 4x squared. That's the right answer. So instead of adding those exponents, you want to subtract those exponents. Number 14. All right, this one is also incorrect. It is wrong. So she did make a mistake, and let me show you where it is. Very common mistake. I saw it on people's real life quizzes yesterday. This 0 exponent is only on the x. It is not on the 2. So right here, when she put that on there, when she put the 0 exponent on the 2 and changed it to a 1, that was the mistake. So this is what the work should look like. It is 2 times 1, because x to the 0 equals 1, over x to the 4th. So from here, it should go, that should be the next line. So then you end up with 2 over x to the 4th. That is the correct answer right there. These are real subtle little mistakes. I'm not showing you big obvious mistakes because my students are not making big obvious mistakes. They're making little detail mistakes that are killing their grades, and then they think they don't get it, and they're doing just fine. They're getting the big ideas. All right, number 15. This is also an incorrect answer. And everything looked fine. She did everything correctly right up to this point, and we talked about that already, right up to right here. So this is the error. When you square -2 or you square any negative number, the answer is positive. So the correct answer is 4m to the 4th. So their work was good right up to the end. Number 16. And you need to, what did she do? She actually did a couple things. The most obvious thing is that when, I mean, all of this is right. Y to the 0 is 1, 3x is there, everything there is fine. But when she did a couple things, she forgot to copy the y squared. So from here, what really should be happening is 3x over x cubed y squared. She just dropped that and just forgot that. And then the second thing is that it's not finished, because you can still do something with these x's. If I expand this out, you have 3x, and then I had 3x cubed is 3x's on the bottom, and then there are 2 y's. But what's going to happen here is there's a 1 right there. So those x's, we say they cancel out, but they just really equal 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. I have 2 x's on the bottom and 2 y's on the bottom. So that is your answer. Okay, that is the rest of the note. That's the notes for this part of it. But if you are in class, there's going to be another assignment. I need you to practice some problems now. I will look for those on your tables, and maybe just look around. Just look. I'm going to have them in class. I'll either put them up on the board or they'll be in sheet protectors. If you got to the end of the video, congratulations, because you're supposed to get to the end of the video if you're my student. But if you're not my student and you watch to the end anyway, thank you so much. If you want, I'll stick the playlist in here for all the videos for my algebra class. I'm going to keep doing lives like this because it's really helpful for my kids who are absent to be able to access what we're doing in class this way. Lives make it a lot easier. So I am going to do that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.